Bank holiday weekend on the English Riviera. Local police are revving up for a new commissioner who'll be elected this Thursday. The winner will have oversight of all law and order in Devon and Cornwall, powers over the almost £300 million local police budget, and even power to hire and fire the chief constable.
You're his boss.
The Conservative candidate for the £85,000 a year job is Alison Hernandez.
I am absolutely fundamentally clear that a police and crime commissioner who is here to represent you, not the police.
She's now in the spotlight, implicated in the election expense allegations by Channel 4 News, now being investigated by the Electoral Commission, and reportedly too by Devon and Cornwall police.
The rest is on the leaflet.
At the general election exactly a year ago, Alison Hernandez was the agent to the Conservative candidate Kevin Foster here in Torbay. He defeated the sitting Liberal Democrat who'd held this seat since 1997. And in that role, she was legally responsible for this, the Tories' official expense return, detailing all the costs that the party had incurred getting Mr. Foster elected. 4 weeks after polling, she actually signed this document as a complete and accurate return as required by law. But now this return is coming under intense scrutiny amid claims that the Tories spent thousands of pounds on the campaign here getting Mr. Foster elected, which weren't included on this official return. In the last 10 days of the election campaign, the Conservatives deployed a fleet of buses to take activists to key seats around the country. Torbay was one of those key seats, long a Lib Dem stronghold. On the 29th of April, the battle bus rolled into Torbay to campaign for Kevin Foster. At the time, Alison Hernandez wrote on Twitter, "Got 50 volunteers arriving tomorrow for Kevin Foster." Then one battle busser tweeted, "At Preston Conservative Club after a hard day canvassing for Kevin Foster and co. Vote Conservative." The bus volunteers were put up in a hotel in Glastonbury at a cost of just over £1,300 a night. And Alison Hernandez organised local leaflets for the bus people to distribute. The cost of these leaflets was declared on the candidate's return, but the cost of bussing in the volunteers to distribute them wasn't. The law is clear. Any money spent campaigning for a local candidate has to be included on the legal local spending return for that candidate. The Lib Dem MP who lost Torbay is understandably furious.
You either have a system of fair spending or you have a free-for-all. And if this matter isn't tackled, then the party that has the most resource is going to be able to do it again and again and again. Then where's your democracy?
The spending return signed by Hernandez claimed the party spent just over £12,000. The daily cost of the coach and the accommodation was approximately £2,400. We've calculated the Tories would have overspent here by just over £1,400. It's reported Devon and Cornwall police have begun a formal investigation into the Conservative spending in the southwest. This could pose a dilemma. If Hernandez was elected, which force would investigate her? Or the other 3 seats in the patch which we spotlighted?
Sounds a bit dull.
Hernandez recently spoke about her potential role overseeing the Devon and Cornwall Chief Constable.
You don't become his boss. Yeah.
He's employed by the Crown, so you're not... But I do directly appoint or dismiss them.
You're his boss.
Actually, in some of the electioneering...
The current police commissioner for Devon and Cornwall, Tony Hogg, was elected as a Conservative but quit the party last month. This situation dismays him.
Quite apart from the confusion that would occur if somebody is voted into this role and then misbehaviour is unearthed, the waste of opportunity time, the waste of money. Do we rerun an election? Millions of pounds there. I mean, I simply dread to think of the opportunity cost and the real cost of getting this wrong through some act of impropriety which is discovered after the election.
We asked all the PCC candidates for interviews. Labour's refused, as did independent Bob Spencer. But the other contenders would speak.
When you get issues about, I mean, the battle bus for the Tories or whatever, yes, of course they should be declared if you're talking about a local election, because it's only fair that you have, in my view, you set some sort of bar somewhere.
We're looking at criminal offences here, and you have to question whether somebody who perhaps has committed an offence that may be criminal is actually is right to stand for a police and crime commissioner who might be investigating something like that in the future.
Alison Hernandez, if she feels that she is under investigation, then she almost certainly should stand down.
Alison Hernandez says transparency and accountability are a key part of her campaign. Yet, when we asked to speak to her about her expense return at the general election, she told us in a statement that
the party's national bus tour was authorised and paid for by Conservative headquarters. It was intended to promote the party's success in the general election and did not form part of the local election expenses.
she didn't turn up at a hustings for all 6 candidates in Dawlish last night. But my colleague Ed Hauker did finally catch up with her this morning.
Wondered if you might answer some questions for us. Just specifically, how can you stand as PCC if the police investigate the election expenses you filed? Do you have any response for us? Any at all? Are you concerned you might seem evasive?
Yet tomorrow, an officer from Devon and Cornwall Police will attend a meeting with the Electoral Commission, the Crown Prosecution Service and other police to decide whether to go to court for more time to investigate whether agents and candidates around the country breached election law. And those inquiries may include Torbay and Alison Hernandez.
Now, there are a total of 6 candidates standing in Thursday's election to become Devon and Cornwall Police and Crime Commissioner, and here they all are.